the play fake. Towards the end zone. Down the middle. Deep. One-handed catch. How in the world? You have to be kidding me. That is impossible. That is absolutely impossible what he just did. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. As you see, we are a little different today. Just to explain a couple of things here. Well, we got my brother Brandon here. Me and him do the early morning sports talk podcast on Saturdays. And
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. And of course, I'm with my brother Sean, who we do the Destination Fantasy podcast every Sunday morning. So I'm just to keep it brief, I'm a part of both. We both wanted to do a show. I was like, why not? Let's cross them together. So we got a special packed edition, not only Thanksgiving edition, but we got a crossover episode that we're going to do fantasy and get into a little bit of other sports here. So you're in for a treat. So with that being said, we're going to get into some news in regards to the NFL and today's games, and then get into some different topics here. So, as many of everyone know, so Ravens Steelers game got pushed back to Sunday. News broke, I believe, yesterday that 5 players on the Ravens and then also 5 staff members tested positive for COVID. Initially, the first reports came out that it was the running backs, Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins. So a lot of people was picking up Gus Edwards on the waiver wire, and then all of a sudden more and more news broke out, and here we are. Another COVID affected game. At least this one looks like it's going to be scheduled for Sunday, and doesn't really affect your fantasy leagues yet, but we'll definitely keep an eye out on that. Any thoughts there, especially from a Steelers fan over there? How you feel?
I think this is the second time that this happened this year due to COVID. That first game when we played Tennessee, that game actually got pushed back a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? But as long as this game stays on track for this week, I know it's like a momentum killer, especially for us. Excuse me. So the way how we've been rolling right now, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Gives you a couple of extra games for prep. You know what I mean? Rest some guys up. They may be a little bit banged up. So push it in until, Sunday, prime time, I believe. So it won't be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. And just from a basic football perspective, Brandon, how do you feel about knowing there's only 2 games today instead of 3?
It's a bit of a bummer, y'all. I mean, it's a bummer, man. Everybody was looking forward to the Ravens and Steelers tonight. The 10-0 Pittsburgh Steelers, the best team in football right now, flirting with the Patriots, y'all, from 2007 right now, flirting with them now. I know Deshaun over there just happy and grinning yeah.
No, hey.
Man, so, it's a bummer because, look, y'all, the game of the day, y'all, is from the NFC least. That's the game of the day today. The game of the day is the Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys. That's the game of the day. The game where the Washington Redskins had their name changed because of them being labeled as Redskins. And that just has a lot in correlation with Indians and Thanksgiving. Just a lot to unravel there. Wow. But that's the game of the day. And so I'm still looking forward to it because we got to crown somebody for an NFC least. So here we go.
Yeah, it definitely has major playoff implications if take that with a grain of salt.
I'm telling you, man. Big game, man.
All right. So as far as injury news for this week, I mean, I can't really give full, injury reports. It's not Sunday morning, so there's still some out there, but the ones that we do know, Joe Burrow, I kind of saw that play live. If you have not seen it, I recommend do not watch it. It was gruesome. In a sense, Christian McCaffrey, he's out again this week. He's
still a 99, right? Right, Deshaun? He's still a 99.
Last time I checked, he was still a 99 up on Madden, bro. So.
Oh Lord, Thanksgiving. Let's focus on Thanksgiving.
Oh man! And speaking of which, Kenny Galladay is out today. DeAndre Swift, he's questionable. I'm thinking he will play. That's my hunch. I don't have any official insight on that yet, but I think he will play. And then for the football team, Terry McLaurin, he's questionable as well. And then expected to return this week, Zach Ertz and Teddy Bridgewater. But that's all I have for now as far as injuries that's confirmed or somewhat confirmed. So, all right. So,
and by the way, Jamar, shout out to that quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Man, he balled out last week, y'all.
What's his name?
And he was with the XFL last year.
Yeah,
yeah, that brother balled out this week. I was like, wow.
It was. He was
impressive.
He was front runner for MVP in that league until they closed it. One of the few people that actually got signed from that league to the NFL.
True.
Came in. I mean, handled his business. I wish nothing but success for that brother going forward.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Houston at Detroit. Deshaun, how do you feel about Deshaun Watson today? Favorable matchup across the board. I feel like the whole Texans offense in general.
Very favorable for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson had a great game last week. Those guys are starting to pick up some steam, and this is another matchup in order for Watson to repeat that same production. Man, it's one of those games where I think Houston's going to put up a lot of points. Detroit is going to try to do the same thing to counter. So on paper, this one should be a pretty good fantasy football related game. You got Watson. Cooks would be a great play for this one, as well as Will Fuller. I'm not so up on that Houston backfield just yet with Duke Johnson, but a lot of fantasy players should be productive in this one for like the Houston side.
All right, and then really quick for the Lions side, if DeAndre Swift was a go, do you think he's gonna eclipse at least 15 points today?
Yes. Yeah,
right.
If he is active, like the guy can get it done in both facets. He's a great pass catcher. He already put that on display the last couple of games that he was able to play. And running the ball, he's definitely getting there. But he gets a lot of targets in both. He gets rushes and targets. So I think he'll be able to turn it into like a productive outing if healthy.
All right. So fellas, who's taking the turkey leg in this game?
I'm gonna go Houston, man. I'm taking Houston on the road in this one, and I think it's I'll say Houston by 10.
Yeah, for me, poor Detroit. I mean, picked them last week, Jamar. I mean, I thought this team was on a cuffs of being like at least a near average team, but it's just like every time you kind of bank on Detroit and believe in Detroit, they just let you down. I got to go with Houston.
Yeah, and I'm gonna definitely sign off on that one. I feel like Deshaun Watson in big games, and this is probably gonna be the biggest game for him this season. I feel like he gonna get it done. Houston by at least a touchdown here, in my opinion. All right, second game and the quote unquote primetime game of the day, the football team at Dallas. So McLaurin, if he's playing, is he going to be a top 10 play this week?
Borderline top 10 play, but definitely like right around top 15. I think I'll have him like somewhere like around like 12 for like the matchup this week. But man, he is just an absolute stud. But the most intriguing thing about this team from a fantasy perspective is the running backs here. So I'm not sure exactly which one of those guys is like the pass catcher. Well, obviously J.D. McKissick sees a lot of like the third down play. And we also have Antonio Gibson, man. Like this dude has been awesome. Like who would have predicted it? He's on his way to 1,000-yard season. I think he got over 5 touchdowns this year, man. He's been fantastic. Love that Washington backfield.
Man, I think he scored 2 last week.
Man, he's been balling this year, bro.
Man, and for the Dallas side, we saw a post out of Ezekiel Elliott here. Do you think the trend continues today?
I'm going to say slightly. Because that Washington front is ridiculous. It's among like the best.
One of the best in the NFL. And they're young too.
It really is. I like what those guys are doing, and like they are legit. So I think Ezekiel Elliott does enough for his fantasy owners to actually maybe punch in a touchdown or actually score a touchdown. But from a yards perspective, I can see that defense capping it.
Fair enough. All right. So who's grabbing the turkey leg and Big D today?
You know what, fellas? I'm going to go Washington in this one. I am going to go like the upset. Last time I checked, Dallas was a 3-point favorite at home for today's game. So I am going Washington.
They got them the favorite?
Yeah. Yep. I checked last night, and Dallas was the 3-point favorite.
Wow.
I can see that, fellas. All eyes on the NFC least. How about that? All eyes on the NFC least today. And so this will be a battle for the ages. I can't wait, man. This is the game of the day. But I like Dallas in this game. I've been liking Dallas. I think they just got so many weapons offensively with CeeDee Lamb, with Ezekiel Elliott, who seemed to be coming back to earth and coming back to life a little bit after a disappointing outing and being one of the top fantasy football running backs for this season, a tier 1 back. Like, this guy was, projected to be, of course, the guy that we all know him to be. Just a lot of weapons for Dallas. A lot of weapons on defense too. This is a talented football team. Let's say that. And so, being at home, I'm gonna go with the talented football team. Even though I do like Washington, I like their trend. I like the future of this team. This team will be a team to be dealt with. And Dallas, I think, got a bright future as well. So I look forward to these two teams battling it out for years to come. And so, but today for the Turkey Bowl, I got the Dallas Cowboys.
Gotcha. All right. So I'll break the tiebreaker here. I'll be the tiebreaker here. And I'm going to pick the football team. And mainly because I feel like their defense is definitely playing better than Dallas. I feel like Dallas can't stop a nosebleed. I mean, heck, Dallas went all the way to Washington to kick a field goal early this year. So,
and I'm gonna say this though, Jamar, that team, it's not the same thing. I think they made some changes to like that offensive line, in which we were able to see Ezekiel Elliott get a couple of holes. So this was like a tough game for me to pick. But like how I like to do every week, I like to look at some sort of upset, and this would probably be it. Washington and a tight one.
Yeah, regardless, I feel like this is going to be a close game here. It might be actually entertaining. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Very, very, I mean, they have nothing to lose, these teams. These are the best games.
Exactly. So, all right. So, definitely look forward to both of these games in some fashion. All right. So, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to the NBA.
NBA.
All right. So, with that being said, all right, so as we know, the Lakers won the championship in the bubble this year. Between then and now, a lot of things have changed. We had the NBA draft last week. Even had some trades happen. Definitely some free agent signings. Definitely asked you all to, I guess, pick the NBA winners and losers from this off season. Me personally, I got 3 of each. I don't expect y'all to have 3 of each, but we can go one by one to go down the list. Brandon, go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, and thanks for being a part of, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast discussion, Deshaun, although, of course, you are a regular. And so with the NBA, my winner, y'all know who my winner is for the offseason. Come on, it ain't really that obvious. And y'all know who my loser is, too. The winner is the Lakers. I mean, with Montrezl Harrell picking up Wesley Matthews, I think he's getting a little washed up, but he's still a very serviceable basketball player. And if you ask me, he's a good substitute, I would say, for Avery Bradley, because he can defend, but he can shoot the ball a little better than Avery Bradley. Just the number of moves. I hate to see Rondo go from the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he left, but, he was kind of getting washed up a little bit. The Lakers right now appear to be just on a trend to where they're trying to really, really repeat. And so, picking those guys up, I really like Montrezl Harrell to be back there and have just a dominant season with LeBron passing him the rock. The icing on the cake for the Lakers will be AD signing. He looks to be, signing. He was just, according to rumors, making sure that, the roster was where he wanted it to be. And so I don't think he's coming to the Bulls yet, y'all. So don't get too excited. But that could be down the road. But as far as the winner, man, I like the Lakers for the winner. You want me to say my loser, or you want you guys to say your winners first?
It's not even necessary. Go ahead and say your loser. I already know where you're going with this, bro.
Oh yeah. So as far as the loser, everybody in Chicago know who's the loser of this offseason. It's y'all Chicago Bulls. Look, picking up Garrett Temple. Okay, y'all. Do anybody know who Garrett Temple is?
I mean, I do to a certain degree, but a lot of people
don't. Most folks don't. He played for the Brooklyn Nets, y'all, and was averaging a little over 10 points or something. So the Bulls, they got excited. They say they getting them a steal. They say they getting them somebody that's the future of the franchise, going to lead us to the eighth seed. I think me and you, Jamar, been constantly stating that we needed somebody to come in and kind of have an immediate impact. And so we drafted Patrick Williams. You showed me videos, Jamar, trying to influence me. He looks like a decent basketball player. He looks like he'll come in and average 10 points his rookie year. But I don't know if it's enough to get us to where we wanted to be for this season. We mentioned Billy Donovan came in looking to automatically go to a contender. But right now, y'all, the Bulls don't look like a contender. They don't even look like a pretender. They look like someone that's just going to be building for the future. So I got the Bulls as definitely a loser in this offseason.
Well, looks like you got somebody to agree with you. What up, bro?
How you doing, Edward? Shout out to Edward.
So yeah, somebody definitely agree with your hot take on that one. Go ahead, Deshaun.
All right. So the winners of the offseason for me. So I got two. I got two winners, two losers. So the winners are obviously the the LA Lakers, the NBA champions. So whenever you lose like caliber guys like that they lost, like the Rondos, the Dwight Howards, and you are able to replace them with probably even better guys, and Marc Gasol and who else did they add that I was looking?
That's who I didn't mention, but Montrezl Harrell, Wesley Matthews.
Yep. Wes Matthews, a shooter. So honestly, I think that they may have gotten a tad bit better. And for my biggest loser, man, you got to go with the other team in LA for the simple fact that, man, to be completely honest, when you lose a playoff game, a playoff series rather, that they lost it, and you lost one of your key guys in Harrell, and you do nothing to combat what the Lakers are doing, you're big time losers. Everyone predicted you to be this great team. You couldn't get it done during the regular season. You couldn't get it done basically during the playoffs. And you couldn't get it done via the offseason. What have you done? What have you done to stay afloat in that, in that LA battle? So
Deshaun, I also want to point out really quickly that they got rid of JaMychal Green, y'all. We know, y'all, he played a vital role for the Clippers last year.
He really
vital
did.
role.
I did not understand that, bro. So another winner that I had was honestly the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, that's a good one.
Put in some able guys around that young team. So they added Rondo, they added Danilo Gallinari, they added Chris Dunn in the defenders. So all of those guys in which they are
Bogdanovic as well.
A great 3-point shooter. So I think they got enough key pieces in order to make like Trae Young in that team go. Again, I'm not saying that it's gonna warrant immediate impact, but later on down the line you can see these guys being competitive. The Hawks have been so bad for so long. I'm actually excited to see what this team is going to do this year.
Right, and Deshaun, really quickly as well. Bogdanovic was supposed to sign with Jamar's Milwaukee Bucks. So speaking of losers of free agency, go ahead, Deshaun.
No, bro. That is a great point in which I'm not even sure whether he fully signed or not. I just knew that he had the intent on signing with the Hawks. So man, that's a huge blow to Milwaukee.
Huge blow.
One thing is gonna be said is that I don't
look at Jamar.
I don't think Giannis Antetokounmpo will.
Oh, man.
I mean, I can't see it. There's really nothing there for this guy.
Folks predicting him to go. It'll be a blockbuster, but it might happen.
All right, and my other last but not least biggest loser for this is for consider it a true loser, but the Charlotte Hornets and signing a guy to as long
that's a good one, man.
They did with Gordon Hayward. Look, fantastic player, like this guy. You know what I mean? But he hasn't been healthy. It's just like a bad mix. Now I see what they're doing with LaMelo Ball and trying to get like some young talent, bring some energy to that team. And they tried to go out and get a veteran, but this ain't it, y'all. This ain't it.
I mean, the amount of money they paid him, like, really?
Yeah, I saw that like flash across my phone. I'm like, you know what I mean? Really?
What did he do? Like, what?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
Oh my God. Look, y'all, I hate to talk about white privilege. I hate to, but sometimes you got to. Like, the amount of money this brother got to be as injury prone as he is, he didn't even show up for the Celtics in the playoffs. He showed up when the series was over.
I'll tell you
telling me he literally get dropped for Nicholas Batum, who I think is a very serviceable ball player, and then get him the money he got. Oh my goodness, Michael Jordan, what was you thinking, man?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said Nick Batum. So you look at guys like Nick Batum, Bismack Biyombo, and now Gordon Hayward, in which the guys that they have overpaid. Like,
oh my God,
what is Charlotte doing, man? Come on, really? Mike, what you doing, bro? Love you to death, but what you doing?
Man, that reeks of desperation. And before I get into my picks, I feel like if correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the last two contracts that Gordon Hayward signed were max contracts at the time. So
yeah.
All right.
Who was his agent, man? Wow.
I don't know, man. He's getting him paid, though. I'll tell you that. He's selling. He's a great salesman. I'm telling you, right? Like, boy, that man is a good salesman.
Shoot. All right. So I got three of each. Definitely, the Lakers. That's unanimous pick right there. Harrell, Schroeder, Gasol, Matthews.
Schroeder, big one. That's the one I missed. I know I'm missing somebody from the Lakers.
Yeah, that was a great pickup.
That was a great pickup.
I know they got rid of like half the bench, but it's like you got more talented and you got more established players, so they don't miss a beat. And of course Harrell. So I said that already. So yeah. Second winner I have is the Hawks, which you already mentioned. Gallinari, Rondo, Bogdanovich, Dunn. They basically got floor spacers. You basically got ball handlers. You basically got defenders.
Yep.
Bogdanovich is almost a jack of all trades. He can put the ball on the floor. He can pass really well. And of course, he can knock down the shot. So, and then also, which people forgot, they traded for Clint Capella, who did not play a game last year. So when you add that into the mix, like that team is going to make the playoffs.
They got a good fighting chance to get the 6 to 8 in the East.
I injuries aside, I expect them to be in there. And then my third winner, I feel like it's a sneaky one, is the Portland Trailblazers.
Really? You don't have the Phoenix Suns?
I mean, that's a given. It's a given, but because we already know what Chris Paul does, right? I mean, yeah. And we kind of me and you kind of discussed that last week, but this one here is just more so under the radar, and I feel like that's because they traded for Robert Covington, perimeter defender, which they needed. They signed Derrick Jones, perimeter defender, which they needed. You got another big body in Enes Kanter who came over. Like if you remember, Enes Kanter was actually a good pickup for them that a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So you add him to the mix with Collins and Nurkic. So it's like you definitely solidified that front. And they re-signed Carmelo Anthony. So they bringing the band back together and upgraded their bench and perimeter defense, which was the number one thing that they missed desperately last season. Losers, I got 3 of them. The Sacramento Kings. Like you lost Bogdanovich for nothing, and then your biggest signing is Hassan Whiteside. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey man, they getting bigger.
At what cost, man? I guess the only thing they're gonna sell tickets with is De'Aaron Fox. So, second, I called them a big loser because they missed out, and in a couple of years ago they seemed like they was on the cusp of getting into that big dog status in the East, and that's the Indiana Pacers. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Victor Oladipo, he's over here telling people he wants out in the middle of games. I mean, Brogdon has been solid, and I know Sabonis coming back, but it's like the East is getting deeper and tougher, and you are staying still. What are you doing? So that's my beef with that one. And then lastly, the Toronto Raptors. Like you re-signed Van Fleet, but you lost your front court. So what are we doing? So Siakam and Van Fleet, that's your team, and Lowry. It's like when you go against the Sixers gonna give them problems now. When you go against Milwaukee, you know you're gonna have problems. When you go against even Boston right now, like with their depleted front court, still I feel like more serviceable than the Raptors front court right now. And of course Brooklyn when they get there, so that's at least 4 teams right there that you gotta like battle against now.
But you don't think Toronto is just trying to get young in the front court?
Maybe so, but I do know they really wanted to resign Gasol, but didn't pan out.
Right.
So that's my beef. And then just really quick, the reason why I thought about the Bulls and I thought about the Clippers, I didn't say the Bulls because the only reason why I didn't say the Bulls because they don't really have any expectations just yet. That's the only reason why I didn't say the Bulls. So we have expectations for them, but just overall picture, it's not there yet. They haven't made a move yet to give them expectations. And the reason why I didn't say the Clippers, the only reason why I didn't say the Clippers, because signing Serge Ibaka kind of like, okay, I know he's not Montrezl Harrell, but he does a couple of things that Montrezl Harrell can't do. And he's still a solid defender. If it wasn't for that, they would absolutely be number 1 on my list. Because I feel like going from Clippers to Lakers, you basically getting a backhand right there. Walk 15 feet down the hall?
No, dude. I completely agree with that. So you may have even one up the Harrell thing, considering that Ibaka has been a player who can defend at the rim. He can shoot the 3, and he's basically automatic from 15 to 17 feet. If you leave that guy open, he's gonna knock it down. But at the same time, the only reason I feel like that they were in my losers is because you could not counter what the Lakers have done. They have just gotten completely.
Oh yeah. I was on record on Facebook saying that the Clippers are primed for a first round exit right now. Like, what are you doing? That's before Ibaka signed. So yeah. So yeah, definitely some interesting moves so far in the NBA. I'm pretty sure we'll see a few more because there's still some quality free agents out there that hasn't announced their signing. So we will see. All right, switching gears once again. This somewhat anticipated boxing matchup. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. Like me personally.
Somebody gonna get beat up.
How?
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be very fun to watch.
So I was definitely 100% on board in this matchup until they said that if somebody gets cut, they stop the match. Can't knock anybody out, which I kind of get, but the cut part, that one right there, just kind of like
a cut, really?
Yeah. So that kind of like deflates the balloon for me on that one. But nevertheless, I know everyone saw Mike Tyson like getting prepped for this match, and we all know Roy Jones Jr. has been a little bit more active boxing than Tyson has. So I guess thoughts on this matchup.
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's like 2 of the biggest names in boxing like ever, but these guys are like they're like aged meat or something like that, man. So it's supposed to get better, but I don't know, man. Look, man, we're talking about Mike Tyson and Roy here, two of the greatest. But I seen both of these guys like prep, dude. Tyson looks like a monster. You know what I mean? I don't care if he's 70 years old. Like, no one wants to step in the ring with this guy. Same thing with Roy Jones. But the thing that I don't like to see is if they get cut, you know, they're going to stop the fight. If one of the guys get potentially too banged up, they're going to stop the fight. No knockouts. I mean, that kind of more so.
You know, that's because they borderline senior citizens. That's why.
No, I'm with you, dude. They're right there. I think Tyson is 54 and Roy Jones is 51, somewhere around there. And like both of these guys have done great in their respective careers. But this late in the game, only reason why this is a go for me is because there's nothing better else to do at this time. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
I'm definitely intrigued by the matchup, but for me, man, boxing, like I like to see a guy get, you know what I mean, whooped. You know, like that's like my thing about watching boxing. I'm not the biggest boxing fan and or critic, but I do like a good boxing match when available. So I'm definitely tuning into this.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining, man. So I got a story for y'all. So Lil Boosie, rapper, he recently made comments, y'all, about Mike Tyson's daughter, who was LGBTQ transgender. And they met in LA to talk about it, right? So she interviewed Boosie, you know, talk about this stuff. Boosie showed up like a man to the interview, but the rumor was during the whole interview, and Mike Tyson was there, by the way.
Wow.
Boosie apologized first thing when they got together, and then the thing was she kept trying to bait Boosie to make a wrong move.
Whoa,
and so Mike Tyson was just basically there waiting for the wrong move from Boosie, and he was gonna send him to his Lord and Savior. And so like,
hey, bro,
and so it was. This is like online. Y'all got to look this up. It was just so funny, man. And so like, this was like, wow. Folks are literally still afraid of Mike Tyson like this, huh? Y'all, we got comedians that make fun of Mike Tyson, and they'll make fun of that man and how he talking different things. But generally, when they're around him, they're just the nicest people. And so it's a very scary thing to get into the ring with Tyson. Those folks knew what they was doing by saying, hey, no cuts.
Yep.
This is a former heavyweight versus a guy that fought in the heavyweight but really didn't belong in Jones Jr. He's fought in multiple classes. And then we got borderline senior citizens here. I think, man, Jones Jr. could pull an upset here. I know y'all was just sitting there thinking like, wow, okay. But yeah, in the parameters of this fight and how things have, like, let's say, been modified, Jones Jr. can very well win this fight. He can very well win this fight because of how it's formatted. But then Tyson, with no knockouts and different things, you know, he could very well win the fight as well. So in regards to making a pick here, man, I am stuck, but I'm going to have to go with Mike Tyson. I'm going to have to go with Iron Mike because I feel like him just being in shape, man, he's a beast. Y'all see the man work out. Y'all see the regime and the time and the effort he puts in. Those videos, man, it's like that man, he 35 years old. And so Jones Jr. been putting in the work, man. But Tyson, he's one of the greatest of all time. So regardless of picking a winner, man, I'm just excited, y'all, and ecstatic to see the fight. Two legends in the ring.
Yeah, no, definitely. As far as that, I am excited that, you know, for that. Yeah, you definitely made a point that I was going to make. The fact that it's an even playing field, like it's a toss-up who wins this now. It really is. But you know,
man,
a part of me feels like, you know, Tyson just going to say F it and just knock him out just cause and be done with it. I mean, I don't want to pick a winner here. I just want to just enjoy the moment, and hopefully, you know, it's something enjoyable to watch all the way around.
I mean, I didn't get a chance to make a pick, but okay. So funny story real quick. So I was at the airport in Vegas, right? So I see this guy, you know, walks. I'm like, man, like that guy looks like Tyson. And my wife, she says, That is Mike Tyson. So, dude, no security guards. I mean, Tyson doesn't need security guards. You know? So I'm there, and the lady at the airport, she says, you know, you guys want to come over and meet him? So I look at my cousin Vic. What up, Vic? Shout out to my cousin Vic. And I'm like, I don't know, man. So I shake this guy's hand. Dude, it feel like you're shaking a brick. Like literally. Wow. Dude, I'm 6'1", probably 235 pounds. And Mike Tyson has to be, 5'9" or something like that. But, dude, I was, like, extremely intimidated by him. So I'm definitely going to go with Mike Tyson on this one, man.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't even know that story.
Nice guy though, really, really nice guy. He was, you know, he was inviting or whatever, you know, but he was definitely like crazy looking for sure.
Oh man, yeah. With that being
but
said,
Jamar, I can see your point, man. You know, like not picking like this fight, it really don't matter because 51 and 54, like. I mean, you just don't want to see somebody get carried out, or you know, like that's the last thing you want.
Yeah,
2020 has already been a rough year.
Yeah, I don't need anybody turning into Apollo Creed out here, man.
You say he's trying to punch and brick. You know what, Edward, bro?
Oh man,
what his hands felt like, man. Like it was like any guy that trains the way that he trains, man. Is I'm staying away from him, and I cannot bet against him. So,
oh man,
them referees gonna stay real close, y'all. To Roy Jones Jr. They're gonna stay real close to him.
They gonna have to, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah. In one way or another, I'm looking forward to that one.
That'd be fun.
Likewise.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
All right, so it is Thanksgiving. So we are going to got a little video clip here for you, a little treat, basically. And you know, Thanksgiving and football go hand in hand, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, we definitely had you know, moments of playing football on Thanksgiving. We done this before. It is it seems like a custom tradition in a sense, right?
Set hurt.
Man,
Deshaun open for the touchdown. There you go.
You know it, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, give me a second here. Definitely got
Thanksgiving NFL top moments.
Yep, we're gonna get this going really quick.
Man, that Miami Dolphins might not be in this video, man. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that snow game.
Oh.
I bet it's in here. I bet it's in here, man. Like, this was just an amazing moment, Deshaun. Like, this brother should not have touched the ball. He should have touched the ball.
At all.
Yes, definitely. Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, that was well before our time. Look like. No.
Volume's low though.
4. Okay.
Let me see what I can do.
It's serviceable.
What? I did not know that.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
I remember this tape. Check out this speed, man. Check out that speed. That's the greatest, and for me, really one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Oh, sorry, one of the greatest players of all time.
Facts.
This man won an MVP and he a defensive end. Uh-oh.
God, man.
You on Thanksgiving? No, I didn't even know that.
Gluteus Maximus fumble.
Oh my God, man.
Gluteus Maximus fumble. That made his career, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
That made that brother's career.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Y'all's Indianapolis Colts, man. I keep telling Jamar about the Colts. I keep telling them.
That's when they were surgical.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, man, will tear you apart. What was Mike Tomlin thinking during that moment? Deshaun, what you got to say about that, huh?
No comment.
Hey man, I guess the adage is you ain't cheating. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That was epic, man.
It was.
Come on, man. Come on,
Bears,
man.
of course. I know, Jamar. Are you really surprised? Like, come on, really? Are we really surprised the Bears getting run over? Like, really? I'm surprised he had 200 yards.
I mean, it's cool. That's the Lions Super Bowl every year. It's cool.
OJ, man, 273 rush yards.
Man, people just really forget how good he
was great, man. OJ was great.
Whew.
Moss. That was his rookie year. That was his rookie year, right, y'all?
Yeah.
And he was mad about that game because he wanted to go to the Cowboys. Y'all, I don't know if y'all knew that.
Did he only have three catches in that game too? And
3 catches, bro, for 167 yards.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, this was epic. I don't know why that referee lied like that.
Look at the bus. Did you not hear?
Don't disrespect the bus, bro.
Oh, this is it. I knew this was gonna be on here. Leon, no. The game was over. Jerry Jones was on the sideline ready to celebrate. Everybody was ready to celebrate.
Oh my God. Man, that's nuts.
Oh man, that was just epic, man.
Oh man.
Will we have a memorable moment today from the Cowboys and the Washington football team? Anything can happen in the NFC leagues. Anything.
Oh man. Facts. Man, so the build up for Thanksgiving, as we know, as we wait for the food to cook. So I guess so a couple of questions for you. For one, what are you doing to pass time? And two, what's going on your plate?
Oh man, this is phenomenal. Deshaun, go ahead, man.
Man, you know what? I like to start off with macaroni and cheese, man. That's you know what? It's if it's one thing about Thanksgiving, is I get to try everyone's mac and cheese. That's definitely like the center of my plate. So it's like you have the portions, right? So like 60% of my plate will be mac and cheese, like 60%. So I like to go ahead and start with the mac and cheese, move over to like the turkey, deep fried. I hope you know what I mean. Deep fried turkey is phenomenal. Ham, ham is greater than turkey. You know what I mean.
Let me ask you this, Deshaun: are you deep frying that turkey, bro?
Actually, you know what? I think my dad is. I think my dad is. So
okay.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That's what's up.
And definitely like to start off with like some sort of like roll or something like that. Water for me. I'm not the biggest, like stuffing or dressing guy, but go ahead and throw in some type of like green in there. Go ahead and give me like some greens or something like that. And the way how we do it, in my family, we do it untraditional style. Sometimes my dad even incorporates, like crab legs or like shrimp or something like that. It's not all about like soul food. Like he may even make a lasagna. It's always something like special and different for us on Thanksgiving.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Jamar, what you get in your plate, man?
Man, I don't discriminate. Like, come on, man.
I got it. I see.
You know what? Knowing you for so long, dude. One thing I know about you is you can put it away, bro.
Don't let this frame fool you. No, but I mean, nowadays I gotta watch what I eat. But today is an exception. So I mean, I'm taking everything on the plate. I'm getting seconds. Say thirds for later, but it's all going down the same way. But yeah, I'm eating some of everything. You name it, it's on the plate. Like I said, I'm not picky. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, that mac and cheese, Deshaun, all day, man.
Yes, sir.
Got to throw some mac and cheese in there. Always a staple. But I got the dressing too, man. You got to throw the dressing in with that turkey. And so we don't have a big turkey. We got a little small one, but we got a turkey. We're going to throw that in with some gizzards inside that dressing, some gravy on there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe get cranberry sauce on the side, Then you throw that in, with a piece of turkey. You know, some collard greens, gonna get those going shortly. Man, you know, y'all getting me hungry, man. You're getting all that on there, but then you got the desserts, and so we always make a banana pudding every year. That's one of my favorite desserts. So we're gonna have some banana pudding, you know, on the side, Oreo cheesecake. We actually gonna make a lasagna, man. So we make a lasagna. So yes, for all you health folks, yes, we got 2 pastas on our plates for Thanksgiving. I'm like Jamar, man. Whatever's being tossed, baby, bring it my way. So yes, sir. We bring it on, baby. So that lasagna and that mac and cheese on the plate. Yeah, man. So those are just a few things for time's sake, but we got a few things going, man. So that Thanksgiving Turkey Day build up is real, and y'all are making it live. Yes, sir. Edward, that banana pudding. Yes, I'm ready for it. I can't wait, man.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait. Oh, wait. Is Deshaun going to get a banana pudding or something?
Wait. Look
what is going on here? Don't we got a surprise? Yes, sir.
I'm happy, bro.
Yes, Deshaun got it ready. He got it ready.
Oh,
yes,
man.
He gonna get that going shortly.
I love it. So, you know, with all this food, I know y'all getting hungry. I mean, to talk to me getting hungry. I mean, what are we doing the past time here, man? What are y'all doing?
Man, you know what? I just like, with everything that's been going on this year with COVID, I know a lot of families around, the nation are going to keep things light and small, man. It's just like, for me, it's just like the conversation. Me talking with my dad about, sports, me and my son sitting down watching a football game as we like to do. Like things of that nature. For me, it's just the good eats, the good conversation, great football game, talking sports, just good vibes all the way around.
Yeah, same here, man. Play a little bit of cards. So my brother's gonna come over. We're not having all my family over. So my sister, we usually get together every year. She's gonna have one of my other brothers over, but my brother's gonna come over. Playing cards, watching football, probably get some spades going. Maybe throw some dominoes on the table. Y'all know how it go.
Nice. For me, I mean, probably just chill out, just conversate, watch a little football. I mean, if my brother-in-law, wants to smoke in Madden, I'll give him that on his brand new Xbox there. So other than that, I mean, just enjoy the family that's around, and until it's time to eat. And at that point, move out my way. Man. All right.
So remind me of that song by Ludacris. Move. Get out the way.
Trust me, whenever it's like an array of food and Jamar, it wouldn't be wise to get in between that. So
okay, gotcha.
He knows, man. He knows.
And Jamar Goodman for the sack.
All day, every day. I'm Khalil Mack on the day. It's a wrap.
All
right. So, all right, we're gonna circle back around since it's Thanksgiving football. We're gonna definitely do the rest of the games here, make our picks, fantasy football implications. Really quick, Brandon, me and Deshaun, we are in 5 different. We have 5 different fantasy football leagues. Three of which we are in the same league, and every week we display our records and go through the cycle who we playing here. For time purposes, I'm not going to go through all that, but just want to display the records here. Besides the main league for Deshaun, he's definitely in prime position here to definitely do his thing. That 9-2 record, that's in the Destination Fantasy League, and I'm right behind him, 8-3 on one of those, and the other 8-3 for me is for a 16-team league. So I'm definitely really happy on that one.
So we really want to make this Deshaun versus Jamar finals thing happen for the Destination Fantasy League. So.
All right.
I will do my best.
Yeah, this looks like the Colts and Titans right now.
It's definitely a slugger fest on that one.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, let's get into some more Sunday slate here. All right. So this here can be an entertaining game. We got the LA Chargers at the Buffalo Bills. Deshaun, do you think Justin Herbert is going to continue his hot streak here?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. So that Buffalo defense, now it's going to be a little bit tough in like the early going for Herbert in this one, just due to him being up on like the road. Rookies, you know how that typically fares, but I say he gets it cooking later on during the game. Him and Keenan Allen just got this amazing rapport right now. Like the stat line that those two put up this past week, and as we know, prayers and condolences, and it kind of more so goes out to Joe Burrow, who was having like an amazing season, but now it is the Justin Herbert show. Justin Herbert should be the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he's going to show guys exactly why during this football game.
All right, and then on the other side, Stephon Diggs has been sensational this whole year, but that secondary for the Chargers is something else. You think he's a top 10 play?
Yes. Only due to volume reasons. Whenever they're in trouble, Josh Allen typically looks to Stephon Diggs' way. He is that third down, type of guy who can get him out of like those long situations. They have other weapons around him, but yeah, I still think Diggs won't be rattled in this one.
All right, so fellas, who are we picking for this game?
I'm still gonna stick with Buffalo. Just because, like, honestly, dude, like both of these quarterbacks are like so similar. They are very comparable. The way how they, just approach a football game. But I'm definitely gonna go Buffalo.
Yeah, I like Buffalo as well here. Chargers find ways often, unfortunately, still to lose a lot of games. They got to go up to Buffalo. This is a hot weather city going up to cold Buffalo in November. And Buffalo just happens to be a really good football team. So I like the Bills at home.
Whew, you know what? This is tough because, as we know, the Chargers, like you said, they find some way ways to lose more weeks.
But they're never like blown out. They always send the game to the last drive. Like
always. And Buffalo, with them having a 7-3 record, they're only a +7 in their point differential. So they're very volatile as well. I'm gonna take the Bills in good faith that they'll get it done at home, but I definitely would not be surprised if Justin Herbert pull out some razzle dazzle, man.
Yep.
All right. So I know you mentioned this matchup before, Brandon. Tennessee at Indianapolis.
This a big dog fight right here. This a big dog fight.
It is. Deshaun. AJ Brown definitely missed the golden opportunity. The last two teams matched up, dropping that would have more than likely been a long touchdown reception there. Do you think he bounces back in this one?
Oh man, against that Indianapolis defense, and I know it. Chris Ford, shout out Chris, he's been adamant about it, saying that the Colts is the best defense in the league, and he has a compelling argument in this one. Man, that Indianapolis Colts defense is legit. Indianapolis at home, Tennessee on. Man, give me Indianapolis, man. By another again. I do want to say that I picked the upset last week. When the Colts upset the Packers by 3. I said it's by 3. I'm gonna go by 3 again. Rodrigo Blankenship, game time kick.
Let me ask you this on the flip side though, really quick. Mm-hmm. It seems like the unsung hero for the Colts has been Nyheim Hines. Do you think he's still productive? Do you think he's a top 15 play for running back this week?
No, I don't think he's a top 15 play for running backs, but I think you can probably squeeze him in like around 20 to 25. I still think he is a pretty good flex play, especially if you have lack of other options at that position. So yeah, I think he's a very solid play this week, but I don't think he will give you RB2 status.
Fair enough. All right, Brandon, who you picking in this matchup?
Interesting you talking about Hines, man. I like that kid. He is a baller. He got a bright future. But who is that other back behind him? He is a baller too. He had a great game last week against the Packers. I really like the 1-2 punch for Indianapolis. A lot of folks talk about Derrick Henry, and of course, he is a man amongst boys out there. You see what he did to the Ravens last week. They took the heart from the Ravens. They took that game, literally took it from them. And I'm stuck, man, because they can come right in Indianapolis and take this game from them too. Just let alone A.J. Brown and his big body and Derrick Henry and his big body. But I like the Colts defense. We say that defense travels, and Tennessee, they missing Jadeveon Clowney. Not saying that that's a big subtraction, but I think that's important in order to get pressure on a Phillip Rivers who gets the ball out really fast. Indianapolis offense is clicking. TJ, he's, getting his groove back at receiver. The Colts defense, they forced, I believe, 5 turnovers against the Packers last week. They literally made Aaron Rodgers look very amateur out there. And so the Colts, man, the great defense, it travels. They're at home. They've been playing really good football lately. They've been a hot team, and I wouldn't want to play this team in January. Not at all. So I like the Colts.
Fair enough. And yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. I do like Tennessee as a whole, but the way the Colts are playing cannot be ignored. The fact that you stopped a bad man last week who had a golden opportunity to win that game, because let it be known, the Colts should have lost that game. They were giving the game away.
Offensive line issues.
Facts. And the fact that they, somehow pull out a win and that big matchup.
Because of their defense, Jamar, because of their defense.
Exactly. And that defense is legitimate. So I'm going to definitely take the team that's playing better, that has a better defense. I'm going Colts on this one. All right. Next here, we got Carolina and Minnesota. This can definitely put us some points here. Last week, I asked you about the wide receivers from the Panthers going off. DJ Moore definitely had a game, and this is another juicy matchup for those wide receivers. And if it feels like whoever's at quarterback at this point can definitely help out the wide receivers. Do you think that trend continues this year? Oh, not this year, this game rather, against the Vikings?
It does. That Minnesota secondary is like back in the league and stopping wide receivers from a fantasy perspective this year. So man, both of those guys are great plays for this week.
Facts. And then
wide receiver too, for sure.
All right. And then on the other side, your boy, the best running back in the league, is he cooking it up against Carolina?
Come on, man. It's Thanksgiving, right? Like Cook will be in full effect in this football game. Now, granted, Adam Thielen had a monster of a game last week. Was it this past Monday, right?
It was Sunday.
Sunday night. So, like, that game was incredible for Thielen. But this will be a game for Justin Jefferson. This is a Justin Jefferson game. And you and I both talked, Jamar, about how deep this wide receiver class was this year. And man, it is really paying off. Like a lot of these rookies are getting it done. Justin Jefferson will probably lead all rookies in yards this season.
Yep,
as he should. And like I said before, this is the best wide receiver class since 2014. And as you see, them studs from that class are still balling. So it's great to see. So in this pretty even match up, who's crowning champ in this one?
Man, I'm gonna go Minnesota only because of Dalvin Cook. That's the only reason. Only reason.
Fair enough.
How about the Teddy Bridgewater Minnesota Viking reunion? That's nice. Coming back to Minnesota, he'll be motivated. But I'm not picking Carolina because, as Jamar know, I picked Minnesota to be a team that'll be hot for the second half of the season. They lost last week to the Cowboys. Should have won the game. Lost by 4 points. Really good game last week. That was a really good football game, back and forth. Minnesota's at home. Teddy Bridgewater, I just really don't trust him in the offense for Carolina. And plus, they don't have Mr. 99. So, as a result, I got to go with the Vikings, the team that's playing better football right now. And around this time, y'all, as y'all know, the teams that's playing the best football are the teams to watch.
Big facts. You know what? I'm actually leaning towards Carolina here, and I will say this. if Minnesota controls the clock and runs the ball and makes this a Dalvin Cook game and not a Thielen and Jefferson game, then Minnesota should win. But I feel like Carolina's offense, they have overall more firepower just as far as the ability to put up points quickly because of their scheme compared to Minnesota's scheme. So I'm gonna take Teddy as a revenge game here. Close one against Minnesota. All right. Next one here. Cleveland at Jacksonville. I'm gonna ask you this: the best running game in the whole NFL. Chubb.
2 dogs.
Like he said, 2 dogs. Are they both top 10 plays this week?
I'm gonna say yes, and I'll be surprised if both of those guys surpass 100 yards rushing in this football. Jacksonville.
This will be the week.
Jacksonville's defense is at this point is non-existent. I think they are probably in tank mode to receive a higher pick.
They're playing with holograms.
Yeah. So I mean, it's Cleveland all the way in this one. Like that backfield is going to be in full display, and it's a good thing that they playing in Jacksonville. Like a bunch of Cleveland games, like the past few weeks, I've been like pouring rain or like it's been snowing. It's been like some type of inclement weather. So hopefully it's going to be a little bit, sunny in Florida in this one, and I can see both of those backs having a terrific day.
Fair enough. And then just a teaser of a question. Mike Glennon, starting quarterback. Any fantasy relevance?
No.
Okay. All right. So who's winning this matchup here?
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with Cleveland as well. I like their backs to run all over Jacksonville. They've been carrying this team. It's amazing. I've never seen nothing like this, y'all. Since and of course we know Minnesota Vikings, they just always have great backs since Adrian Peterson just ran them into the playoffs. And this is what this remind me of, except Cleveland got 2 backs doing it.
You know what?
Literally running them into the playoffs, running them straight into the playoffs.
You guys remember Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like this. Like that's exactly how that Cleveland backfield looks.
A baby Maurice Jones-Drew and a Fred Taylor. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
They were solid, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taking Cleveland, but just an interesting stat here. So Cleveland is 7-3, but they're a minus 23 point differential this year, meaning they win in close games, and the games they lose, they're getting smacked. So that's the only thing that makes sense with that stat. So, but I'm taking the Browns, dog pound. All right, so in a highly anticipated matchup, we got the New York Football Giants.
That's a good one, Jamar. That's a good one.
Really?
I was looking forward to like some big names here. I knew it was somebody from the NFC least, so I had to think about it for a second.
All right. A serious question for you, Deshaun, though.
Okay.
All right. So without Joe Burrow, the rest of the weapons on the Cincinnati offense, like the T. Higgins, the Tyler Boyds, the AJ Greens, the Gio Bernards, like how's their fantasy relevance in this matchup here?
Man, great question. And this is going to be tough to gauge considering I'm not sure how the offense is going to run without Burrow. All of those guys have been productive while Burrow was up under center. But honestly, the only player that I can typically see having a good game and it's probably Tyler Boyd. Maybe you want to throw Gio Bernard in to the mix. T. Higgins would probably be a strong second. And AJ Green, I kind of really don't trust in this football game. Not without Joe Burrow being in.
All right. And then on the flip side here, I feel like Sterling Shepard, since coming back, has definitely been a part of their offense for sure.
Yep.
Against Cincinnati, who has definitely given up a lot of points. Sterling Shepard, top 20 play?
I'm going to say top 25, but I'm going to say top 20 play for Darius Slayton in this football game.
Ooh, so we like the home run threat today.
Yep, I like them.
Sunday, rather.
As you mentioned, Cincinnati gives up a lot of points. He is that home run hitter. I'll say that Jones and Slayton connect for one in this football game.
All right, fair enough. So, who is winning this showdown?
Man, I'm gonna go with man. I can't believe I'm saying this, man. I can't believe can I? I'm gonna go Giants. Man, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, man. I'm gonna go to Giants. I'm not confident in saying it, as you can see, as you can hear in my voice, but I'm gonna go to Giants.
Yeah, man, you're right. Somebody got to win this football game. Cincinnati is without Joe Burrow, unfortunately. I just don't know what to expect from Cincinnati. I don't know with their second string quarterback, and so I at least know the Giants are playing good football right now. They are 3-7, yes, but they have not been getting blown out. They have been very competitive. They have a very good plus minus differential. They are in games, and so. Jamar also picked this team to be a second half team to kind of be on the uptrend. And I've been kind of seeing that for the last few weeks. And so I like the way the Giants are playing right now. They appear to be playing better football than Cincinnati, at least Cincinnati. So for this week, I got to go with the Giants.
Look, man, Giants just a half game out of the division crown right now.
Really?
That is
wow.
Half game out, 3-7. Let's go. I got the G-men in this one. Let's go. And also, I feel like Daniel Jones can definitely be a streaming option this week because I feel like he can definitely put up some numbers in this matchup. All right. So this here, I feel like it's an interesting matchup, but I'm pretty sure we know who the favorite is. All right. So with that being said, Deshaun, how do you like Cam Newton in this matchup against Arizona, who's, I guess, middle of the pack as far as defense is concerned?
Yep, they sure are. And yeah, I think Cam has a solid game in this one. I think he'll give you somewhere between 15 to 17 fantasy points in this football game. It's just like the lack of just guys on that offense for Cam. Like it just kind of, downgrades his overall, quarterback play. But obviously, I'm going to take Arizona in this one. But one thing I like to mention, this is a Bill Belichick still-led offense. This is still a Bill Belichick mastermind for stopping the best player on an opposing team. I'm not sure how that's going to bode well for DeAndre Hopkins, who at this point in his career just seems unguardable anyway. But I would kind of more so temper your expectations from him in this football game.
Look. Let me ask you this though, because I got two questions for you. All right, so like you said, Bill Belichick stops the best player.
Yep.
What if he considers Kyler Murray to be that best player? And second question is, you know how we talked about the running backs from New England, right?
Yep.
And not to get attached to him, just leave him alone, bros before. But I still kind of like Damian Harris. But
in this football game, I do.
All right. So, but yeah, that first question though, what if it's Kyler Murray that he tries to stop?
And again, you are absolutely right, bro. I'm not seeing a monster game from Kyler Murray in this one either. I will say this. I think they're going to find ways to utilize his mobility in this football game, considering that was the downfall. Like last week, he wasn't able to find those creases. And if Bill Belichick stops that, man, it could be a long night for Arizona. I'm going to pick Arizona to win this football game, but I'm not picking them by very much.
Facts. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he only had 15 rushing yards last week on 5 carries, which is
un-Kyler Murray,
facts.
Say the least.
All right, so Brandon, who you got?
Yeah, y'all like Arizona. I like Arizona too, man. This is a good football team, but at times they are inconsistent, and I just feel like New England. I don't want to give up on Bill Belichick just yet. I'm not ready to. I just think he's too great of a head coach. I think New England still got a lot to play for, y'all. Arizona is going up to New England. Maybe the weather plays a factor. Arizona's a good football team, but New England is not a bad football team. They play very competitive games. They are generally in every football game. And so I think New England can pull this one out, y'all. I got New England.
I don't blame you because I feel like this is a if trap game was a matchup, this one would be it
I'm with you. Yeah.
The Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And New England, believe it or not, is not out the playoff picture yet either. So, matter of fact,
Only one team is.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Just one team, and matter of fact, I get we're gonna get into that team in the next matchup here. But
Okay.
I'm going to I'm gonna take Arizona in good faith because if they're gonna be a playoff team, this is one of the games they got to win.
Absolutely.
They got to win this game.
So that's where I'm going. So we're gonna get into this great matchup here. We got Miami at the New York Jets.
He did it again.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I wish I remembered the New York Jets rap. I got to get that rap back. Remember that rap tomorrow? Got to get that rap back, man. I'm telling you.
Man.
What? New York Jets.
Oh boy. All right. Tua definitely did not have a Tua-like performance that we seen last week. That was a trap game within itself. But juicy matchup here against the Jets. Tua and that offense, like how many fantasy relevant players we got in this matchup for the Dolphins?
Man, if there was ever a game in which a quarterback needed to get right, this would be it, man, against that Jets defense. So I like Tua in this football game. So Tua and Devontae Parker, I like that. I like that aspect. And the running back there, I'm not what's his name?
Ahmed.
What
for which team?
Ahmed?
Yeah, we got him.
Like football game as well.
And then Myles Gaskins, he's I think he's actually practicing, so I don't know if he's playing or not yet. So just keep that in mind.
So that Ahmed guy, I'm not. You know what? Let me just go ahead and try to look up his name. I want to say it exactly right. Savon Ahmed. I'm guessing if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Really like him in this football game. And again, I say this week in and week out, Jamar, as you know, volume. And he gets a bunch of it. Again, that was due to Gaskin being injured. Gaskin will be back. But I like that split backfield there. So I think that'll be a pretty good 1-2 punch. But I think this is going to be the guy who punches it in the end for a fantasy owner.
And then on the flip side, there was some interesting offense last week from the Jets because Jamison Crowder was definitely a big letdown for a lot of people. But Brashard Perriman, he found the end zone. My personal take, because I know Darnold probably coming back here soon. If Darnold's there, Crowder all day. If Flacco started, I know he like to take these shots, and Perriman may have some back end deep value there. But I still will consider Jamison Crowder as a flex option here. Your thoughts on that one?
No, I mean, dude, I'm with you. I'm the same. When that quarterback, it just seems like no matter who's there, Crowder is productive. But this past week has shown, that Crowder does have like weaknesses within that offense, as everyone else does. He was honestly like the only playable option from a week in, week out basis on that Jets team.
All right, quick answer here. Who's winning?
Miami.
Yeah, Miami. No reason to pick the Jets.
Miami. Fair enough. All right, this here might be a trap game for the Raiders here. Now we know last week Matt Ryan definitely disappointed. Would seem like a golden opportunity. I've seen a lot of my Facebook friends call that man trash. I didn't step in to defend him either. So he definitely had a bit more of a game. That being said, I know Julio is banged up a little bit. Calvin Ridley, how well do you like him this week?
I like him a lot this week. I like him a whole lot as to top 10 wide receiver play. So definitely get Calvin Ridley in your lineups. He was going to be there anyway whenever he's healthy, but I think he has tremendous upside in this football game. All eyes will 9 times out of 10 be on Julio if he's out there healthy. It just seems like this guy always finds some way to slip past the defense or to sit down in coverage and turn one catch into a big game.
Facts. And then on the other side, out these three players, who are you definitely starting in your lineup?
Oh
Derek,
my God, man.
hold on. These three, real quick. Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Waller the Baller.
Waller should have a good this should be the game for him, man. It really should.
Facts. All right. Okay, who are we picking here? I mean, it can be a trap game, but then again, it's Atlanta.
I'm actually gonna go upset here. I'm gonna go Atlanta.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. I like Vegas. Man, I was really impressed with how they played against Kansas City last week. They offense, y'all, is very prolific. A lot of folks sleep on this Raiders team and their offense. They can score the ball in many ways. They got a lot of weapons, as you guys are mentioning. This is a very explosive team. I would love to see this team in the playoffs as well. I got Vegas, man. I think they're a really good football team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vegas. This is a game. If they want to make the playoffs, it's a game they got to win. So definitely agree with you there. New Orleans at Denver, that quarterback / tight end / running back / Swiss Army knife that you pick up at Cabela's.
How do you analyze this guy for fantasy?
Well, let me answer that. Last week, which him being a loophole, he was the major loophole of the season. So he was always listed as a tight end. With him being that quarterback, they listed him as both. So normally tight ends outside of Travis Kelce, tight ends and maybe Darren Waller tight ends are hit and miss. They basically touchdown dependent to be relevant. So with him starting at quarterback, it could be at a tight end spot. So basically, a lot of people had two quarterbacks starting, which gives you your most points. So yeah, last week he definitely put on a number with those rushing touchdowns. Now this week, I feel like in my eyes, he is definitely a stream-worthy play and also could possibly be a top 10 finish for real, just based on his floor alone because of the rushing that he can do.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess with that being said, Deshaun, like, what's your thoughts on Taysom Hill and Kamara here? Because I feel like Kamara kind of took a back seat to him, but
he really did, and that was like the biggest concern going forward. Will Mike Thomas take a hit? Will his production take a hit? Will Kamara's take a hit? Like, will these guys still be fantasy relevant with Taysom Hill under center? And I think last game was just maybe how the game flowed. I think you're going to see a lot of Kamara in this football game. I think they look to get him back on track. But honestly, I don't care who is under center. I don't care. As long as those two guys and Kamara and Michael Thomas are healthy, you have to play them, knowing that they can explode on your bench for 30 points. So
fair enough. And then on the other side, as we know, Saints got a stout run defense. If their secondary isn't banged up, their secondary pass defense isn't as bad as well. Is there any fantasy relevant players here? Because I mean, we got Melvin Gordon. I feel like that could be a tough one, maybe a flex at best. But anybody else?
Jerry Jeudy, maybe a Jerry Jeudy for like a flex play. Hopefully, you got better options.
What about Tim Patrick? Tim Patrick is, I guess both of those guys could output, similar production. Fair enough, but not Drew Lock, right?
Man, that dude, he ain't it. Like, he is not it. Only thing he does is turn the ball over game in and game out. Like, I've sat and watched some of these football games. I legit had to turn away because I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Sheesh. All right. I mean, dude, I'm gonna ask the question, but I'm pretty sure your answers. Okay. All right.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. I guess hashtag Who Dat Nation, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Who Dat Nation.
All right. So yeah.
Very good football team.
Very good.
Uh-oh.
Before I even get into this, they said there's more cases popping out from Baltimore here.
Boy,
That I just found out a couple of minutes ago. So
not good.
definitely everything that we're gonna say here, take with a grain of salt, because there's no telling how this is gonna play out. Yeah, so division game that a lot of us look forward to for today. You know, as we stated earlier, game got moved back to Sunday. But as I just stated just a couple minutes ago, more cases are happening. So, I mean, we'll see how this plays out all the way around. Whew. So, Baltimore, just in general, have been a disappointment. I know Lamar Jackson, a lot of people are disappointed in him. He was drafted way too high. Here's the thing. Lamar Jackson set the bar probably too high for anybody, including himself last year. Last year was a magical season. And for anybody to ask somebody to repeat the same production is asinine.
It
just
is. Like, come on, man.
Just like 2 years ago when Patrick Mahomes threw for 55 touchdowns and people thought he's going to have the same production. Like, that's that.
He had a decline too. Let's not forget, right, guys, that Baltimore's still 6-4. This team still has a very good chance to make the playoffs. Come on. Stop.
Facts. And so, with that being said, you know, Steelers, I think number one rush defense in the league right now. Their secondary, fantasy receivers can put up points in them. Their bend don't break, but more so they don't break more than they bend. Is there any relevance to any pass catchers? And that includes Hollywood Brown. That includes Willie Snead. That includes Mark Andrews. Any relevance to any of those guys today? Oh, well, Sunday if they play.
Last time I checked, the Pittsburgh Steelers are number one in fantasy and stopping tight ends. Last time I checked. So I would limit Mark Andrews' production, but I can still see him maybe finding pay dirt in this one, considered like they did everything that they could last week to get him involved. And he really showed up for fantasy owners who have been, you know, waiting for like that chance of him and, you know, being the tight end that we all know him and expect him to be. With that being said, outside of Andrews, man, pass catchers, maybe Willie Snead catches one, but outside that, man, I really can't see too much else. And we're at home. So
okay, and then really quick, because definitely on a time crunch here, want to speed things up. Rank these pass catchers in order for your team: Deontay Johnson, Juju if he plays, and Chase Claypool.
Even.
All right, fair enough. All right, who's winning this bout?
# Steeler Nation. # here we go.
Here you go.
Steeler Nation better watch out this week. Baltimore is still a very good football team, but I like Steeler Nation. This is a team that steals games. They take games. They take it right from you. Games where they should not win, they take it from you. This is a very good football team, bro. And they're at home as well. This kid, Chase Claypool, how about this kid? You know, Roethlisberger having a low-key MVP year, y'all. I don't know why he's not mentioned for MVP.
Thank you.
It's crazy. But Pittsburgh, yeah, they playing really good football right now. Baltimore kind of is on that downtrend. That stock right now is very, very bearish. Y'all get it? Bearish.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. All right. So yeah, definitely taking the Steelers. This one, I know this is a division game, but I'm taking Pittsburgh here.
I'm gonna say this, Mark, real quick. So at the beginning of the season, in which you look at teams and like wins and losses, like a potential loss, I did pick this as a game in which we could potentially lose. So I wouldn't be surprised.
It definitely can happen.
For sure.
And really quick, as far as injury updates, Terry McLaurin looked like he's expected to play. DeAndre Swift is unlikely to play.
Oof.
So, with that being said, Adrian Peterson has some relevance, and we'll see if they bring out Kerryon Johnson again. We'll see. All right.
Ooh.
I got my eyes all over this game. So, I know Tampa Bay has their wide receivers have low ceilings because the ball keeps just spread around, but they're all fantasy relevant. I guess for Tampa, like, are you comfortable starting all pass catchers?
Yes, I am. I think this is going to be a week in which AB finds the end zone. Brady is doing everything he can in order to get AB involved. Again, we got the, like the red zone target monster and Mike Evans. We got the basically like the tough catch guy and Chris Godwin, and we got Gronk over the middle. So I like all of those guys in this football game.
Fair enough, and I'm pretty sure everything's the same on Kansas City, which is you're starting everybody.
Oh my God, yeah.
Set it, forget it, and just keep it moving, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so this is definitely a possible Super Bowl matchup if Tampa Bay get their act together on defense. But anyway, who are you all picking in this one?
Kansas City.
I think Tampa Bay defense, Jamar, is pretty damn good, bro. It's the offense that needs to get it together. It's really Tom Brady who struggles against great defenses. As we stated last week, he struggles against great defenses. However, Kansas City right now, they're not playing the best defense in the world. What's saving them is clearly Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and the rest of those class, that Kansas City offense. Tampa Bay is at home, so it makes it interesting, right? But Kansas City, they're an unstoppable force. I was just so impressed at that last-minute drive against Las Vegas, against a team that is very well matched up against them. Kansas City, they win this game, man. They're well on their way to a first-round bye. They know they need this game. I find no reason, once again, Jamar, to pick against Kansas City here. No reason. So I got to go with the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Chiefs all day. # Chiefs Kingdom. I can't bet against. I know for the longest time we couldn't bet against Brady, but I'm not betting against Mahomes. That's just what it is these days. All right. Really quick. Niners, Rams. It's basically, do you feel comfortable starting everybody on the Rams here, or how do you feel about that one?
Yeah. I still feel pretty good. And on paper, this is like a game in which Jared Goff may struggle, but I think he's going to do fairly well. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, go ahead and play those two guys as well. That backfield is still, like musical chairs. Like you ride with like the hot guy, and then 1 week, it's like the opposite guy. So if you have better options, stay away from that backfield as a whole. But pass catchers and quarterbacks, like them all.
All right, fair enough. Anybody relevant on the Niners side?
I'm not sure if Raheem Mostert comes back in this football game. I would definitely keep my eye on that. Again, the LA Rams are very good at stopping the run, so that may be capped. But they could get Mostert as well as I forget the other back that was injured.
Coleman?
No,
Yeah,
no, the other one.
McKinney?
Nope. The
Wilson?
other Wilson.
Okay.
Wilson would be a viable play as well. So.
All right. Who's winning?
I'm gonna go LA, man. The way how they got after Tom Brady last week, man, his defense is legit, and man, they arguably have like the best corner in football right now in Jalen Ramsey.
I like the LA Rams defense.
Rams. Picking the Rams. All right, we got two more, then we on to the conclusion.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. What? Oh, look at this. It's just Chicago Bears. Oh,
hey.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So
I want to hear your fantasy. I want to hear your fantasy perspective here. Who you got for the Bears?
All right. So Mitchell Trubisky is starting this week. Yeah.
Okay.
He's been named as starter. So with that being said, is Allen Robinson still the only solid play for this team?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. I guess my take on Mitch, as far as not from a fantasy perspective, but from this offense, I guess he will buy time with his legs because based on how the offensive line is set up, you got to have somebody mobile. Otherwise, it's a wrap.
I agree.
By the way, guys, Montgomery's back as well.
That is true. He cleared concussion protocol. He is back.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the flip side,
Getting our weapons back.
slowly but surely. This I wish we would have got him back the previous week because this one here. Bears secondary, Bears defense in general is still pretty fantasy relevant, as in they're tough. But Aaron Rodgers has still been a bad man. Any letdown from Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams or Aaron Jones?
I think you should temper your expectations with Aaron Jones a bit. You may see a little bit more of Jamal Williams from like a pass catching basis in this football game. But as far as rushing the football with Aaron Jones, nah. I think the Bears do what they can in order to contain him. Again, you're still going to play him, but temper your expectations.
All right. So who is winning this matchup?
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. I got to go with Green Bay, man. Green Bay is at home. I think Chicago, let me say this. Mitchell Trubisky will give this offense a much needed push in the right direction. I'm going to say that. For the same reason that you mentioned earlier, Jamar, was his ability to extend plays when the pocket collapses. So I think he is the best in doing that. He's going to give you guys a boost, but not enough boost to push you past Green Bay at home.
Yeah, this actually, y'all, will be a very good football game. The Bears know they got a lot to play for this week. They are getting up against Green Bay, who they don't like. And then this is for just, a lot of playoff implications to keep the Bears at least, have their hopes alive. But Green Bay is the better team. The Bears will put up a good fight. They could very well, y'all. They could win this game. I would not be surprised. I kid you not, because this is a rivalry. Rivalry games are very close, and the Bears tend to get up in Green Bay for some reason. In Green Bay, they do. And so it'll be a good football game. I got to pick the Packers, however, just because of what have you done for me lately.
Yeah, I cannot be biased here. Packers. It is what it is.
I want to pick the Bears, but I there's nothing there to pick them.
No, I'm not about to lose my credibility.
But I tell y'all what, I want to throw a stat out there. Trubisky was 3-0 before he was benched, or he was on his way to possibly being 3-0. So it'll be very interesting because he's fresh. These are fresh legs coming off a bye.
That's true.
I'm gonna put that out there.
That's true. Monday night's game, Seattle at Philadelphia. Zach Ertz supposed to be playing. Seattle is worse, last in the league against opposing quarterbacks as far as fantasy relevance is concerned. Carson Wentz hasn't been it, quote unquote, but I guess still finds a way to crack a top 10. How do you feel about Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz in this matchup?
Man, I can't get behind Zach Ertz. I'm sorry. I can't get behind Carson Wentz in this football game or any other football game until he proves otherwise. So he's getting his weapons back slowly and surely. Rager is back healthy. Alshon, and now he's getting a boost from Zach Ertz as well as Dallas Goedert. If you cannot get it done with these guys out there, and this is going to be the game to watch. Seattle's defense has given up big plays. And, wide receivers typically do very well. They're a little bit more stronger in guarding the tight end than they are the wide receivers. If Philly and specifically Carson Wentz doesn't get it turned around in this football game, just not even a win from just a quarterback play perspective, I think we may see Jalen Hurts here soon, fellas.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. That time coming.
And then on the flip side, Seattle, high-powered offense. Philly's defense is trash. Starting everybody.
DK Metcalf. Oh my gosh, man. This should be a game, and I can't say enough good things about him. He should have a very, very productive game in this one. And I like Tyler Lockett as well a lot. I think one of those guys will have a 2 TD day.
I can see it. All right, who we picking? The current NFC least champs right now. The Eagles, or are we going Seattle?
Let Russ cook. Hashtag let Russ cook. Seattle.
All right.
Yeah, Seattle. I see no reason to pick Philly, man. They are a terrible football team. Carson Wentz, I don't know how the hell people just keep, Dan Orlovsky guys just keep taking up for him. I don't get it. There's nothing there for people to be all on this bandwagon. Seattle is clearly a better football team.
Facts. Definitely picking Seattle here. All right, so that was the Monday night matchup there. Right, so with that being said, all right, so this is how we're going to conclude today. Basically, let me know what y'all thankful for as far as the sports world and then, in your actual lives.
Man, honestly, I am super thankful right now from a sports perspective. As man, the Steelers 10 games, 10 wins. That is in the National Football League. That is a feat, man. I mean, it's one of those things to be excited about and relish around. So shout out to my Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin and those guys for playing very well and giving us Steelers fans something to cheer about. And from a real life perspective, man, COVID 2020 has been just tragic. Jamar, I know you lost someone close to you. I lost a couple of people close to me this year. I think we all have, you know what I mean? I'm just happy that I'm alive and my family is healthy. We're COVID free. It's been definitely a year that has, changed the world and probably for forever. So, I'm just happy that I'm thankful for my family being healthy. I'm thankful for my health, and I'm thankful for you guys who I like to call my brothers or my extended family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well spoken, Deshaun. From a sports perspective, I'm thankful for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm thankful for Mike Tomlin, the brother, being 10-0 and doing very, very well. I love to see that. I'm thankful for LeBron. I'm thankful for his greatness. I'm thankful to be able to see him. I'm thankful to be able to see him go up against KD and Kawhi. So from like a sports perspective, I'm thankful for just seeing that from an NBA perspective. Very, very entertaining stuff. And just in regards to life, man, God is good all the time. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful that my family's COVID free. I'm thankful to be able to have possessions and different things to do what I need to do to have a decent and relatively good life. I'm thankful for those within our world that are fighting for change and promoting unity. So as we say, man, give thanks unto the Lord and give thanks unto your neighbors, man. Treat somebody with some love, some respect. Shake a hand, smile. Well, I won't say shake a hand, but smile to somebody. In other words, is what I'm trying to say. Show them some love, show them some dignity, and let's continue to spread that unity, man. Let's be one. Let's not be divided. So I'm thankful for all the trials and tribulations, and I'm just I'm thankful just in general, man. I try to count my blessings every day, man. I really do.
Well spoken, man. Sports world, I am thankful. Since it's I'm gonna go with a football topic. I'm thankful for the new age and new era of quarterbacks that we have trending forward in the NFL. It's revolutionizing the game here, and I'm loving to see that take place. It's went from a pocket passer to a more mobile and hybrid style. And, it definitely has a lot of us brothers in the forefront on that one. So thankful for that. As far as everyday life, like this little guy behind me, thankful for him, thankful for the family, thankful, like you all mentioned, 2020 has been a heck of a year. I'm thankful for still being in the position that I'm in, job-wise,
Absolutely.
financially speaking, still making it through somehow, some way, just still being here and being able to breathe and being able to do this with you all on a weekend basis. Like, I appreciate both of you all, appreciate my other brothers out there that's from another mother. Like, just thankful for everything. So definitely
Appreciate you guys as well, man.
Likewise.
Facts.
Yes,
So
absolutely, man.
all right, just as we conclude, we appreciate you, Brandon, for joining us. And on the other end, appreciate you, Deshaun, for joining us as in this crossover episode, the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast. You want to know where you can find it? There you go. Apple Pod, Spotify, other platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We are there. Hey, when I post this video, it's going to be links to everything. Definitely check us out. Saturday mornings, live, 7:00 on Facebook, and eventually going to be live on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Now, as far as the Destination Fantasy is concerned, as you know, we're on the same platforms as well. Follow us. Give us that 5-star on both. We appreciate that. Download. We appreciate all the support for either podcast.
Yes.
Right now, sale going on. Black Friday sale. All T-shirts on the website, the destinationfantasy.com. Buy one, get one free. Automatically applied. Go ahead and get you 2 shirts real quick. Support the brand. Get you one for the brand. Get you one for your favorite players or teams. There you go. Hoodies. All hoodies are 20% off right now with the code Black Friday. And it's also free shipping after $50. So I'm just saying, if you're looking for something to spend, you don't want to go out there in the Black Friday madness, hey, check us out. Hit us up. We appreciate all the support all the way around. So with that being said, to my brother Deshaun, to my brother Brandon, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Stay blessed.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Have a blessed and productive day and enjoy y'all's day.
All right. Peace out.